Actually, it's very exciting because it's the world premiere of a 100-minute show. So usually with my group, I do like 2 minutes, 5-minute shows. So now we put together a show of 100 minutes combined with other great artists. We have acrobats, dancers, jugglers, comedians, musicians, and so on. And so it was a very exciting but still unique project for me.
This show, I would say, is almost like a new genre because it really combines the circus art with the LED technology and the visuals that you can use. Timing is very, very important in this show because a lot of movements are timed, especially with what's happening behind the performer on the back screens. So we really had to plan time in for all these rehearsals and specific markings on stage. The performers weren't as free as they usually can be. They had to be exact in the positioning, and then of course with the lighting we have to make sure we can light them as well accordingly. So that was definitely a tricky situation for this show, but we have managed well. But it's of course a different approach than regular shows in that sense. Yes.
When I got the request to perform here for a 100-minute show, I was thinking, okay, what kind of show could I make? What kind of show could I produce? And then I thought, okay, I have this wonderful venue, this big area, this big stage, so let's put a very modern, high-class, high-technique show. So I put a lot of LED screens, had a lot of mapping shows, a lot of visual shows, but also, live action with our acrobatics. And the vision is basically that from here on we want to maybe tour somewhere in Europe, maybe also outside of Europe, and perform this show all over the world.
So the idea for the show came from our executive producer and director, O.C. Ono, and together with Manfred Nikitzer, who was the designer of the show for lighting and for stage, we worked out how we can put his ideas into reality, creating technical plans, checking the measurements, the heights for everything, because of course we have big stunts. And so the lighting trim has to be at the same height, so so they don't crash inside. Things like that we had to look at. So we have the lighting designer, we had 2 lighting programmers on the show, we had a video programmer on the show, then we have the operators who operated and the sound operator as well, and myself, I will be calling the show. So yes, a lot of people in the background working.
OC Ono, he wrote to me on social media because he knew someone who saw me at another show. I played the violin, and he was like, yeah, do you want to take part of the show? And I was super excited, and yeah, now I'm here. I chose my 3 songs, I wrote them myself, and 2 of them are already released and 1 is not released yet, and I produced it myself. So I'm also a music producer, not only violinist, and yeah, so that's super exciting for me to know how the audience like it.